Sometimes I get in the mood for Italian, and that means lasagna. Welcome to Help at Home, your resource for great recipes and easy learning. I'm Jim Hightower. Today we've got a homemade favorite, my mother-in-law's lasagna. You know how I love to cook with glass, because it's pretty and it's see-through and I can show you stuff. But for what I'm doing today, no glass. Today I've got just a regular metal 13 by 9 pan. So we're going to make lasagna in this metal pan because the tip here is we're going to freeze it. And then you can cook it anytime you want to, on your time. Need a little prep here. You need anywhere from a pound to 2.5 pounds of meat. It depends on what you want to do. We're meat eaters. I know some of my friends are not. Sorry. Your standard 1 pound box of lasagna noodles, which is also 16 ounces, will make roughly 2 family-sized lasagnas. Now, I'm not going to show you how to cook pasta. I take for granted that you can boil water, put it in a large pan like this, and cook it. Now, if you need a quick tip on that, just drop a line in the comments below and say, how to cook pasta, and I'm there. If you're going to make the 2 family-sized lasagnas, go for about 2.5 pounds of ground meat, browned. Fight the urge to season it. There's seasoning in the sauce here. We've got Del Monte and Hunt's. You can mix and match, doesn't matter. We got traditional and meat. You could do the 4 cheese. You know, sauce is sauce, just like milk is milk. Okay, so I know I need at least 2, and chances are I need all 3. The truth is, I actually have a 4th can waiting in the wings because you never know if you need some more. Oh. 1 in the trash, 2 in the trash, 3 in the trash. Hooray! Have my pan. You need one of these nice metal ladles, you know, like a soup ladle thing, so you can do that. Here's my lasagna noodles. I cooked them just shortly ago, and you want to leave them in water if they're going to have to sit, otherwise they could get crunchy, whatever. Let's put just a little bit of sauce in the bottom, spread it around, okay, maybe a little more, just so that your noodles aren't sitting on the bottom of the pan to burn up when you cook it. So you'll need 3 noodles to a layer. Let them go out. We'll need cheese. You can't have too much cheese. Here's how you do it. Easy breezy. You just kind of ladle a scoop across each lasagna noodle. Very simple. Then you just kind of mash it there. If you don't like what you see, you can put a little more. But you do want to mash it around, spread it around, so that you don't run out later. It does not have to be thick. You're going to have, I believe, 3 layers. Put your cheese in. Lasagna is a glorified dump recipe. It only has a few ingredients, but anyway, we're big cheese people. We may just be big in general, but as little or as much as you want. And that's layer 1. Then you head off for layer 2. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3. By the way, if some of your noodles don't get completely cooked or they stuck to each other, don't cry. This is going to go in the oven when you heat it up to serve your family or yourself. So it will get cooked a little bit more, and there are moist things in here, and pasta will absorb some of that moisture and get cooked. There you go again. See how handy the spoon is? You just slide it across your noodles there. Then a little more cheese. I love it. My friends that don't eat meat probably don't eat cheese, but if they were looking at this, They'd probably stroke right out. That's okay. Now, you may be sitting there thinking to yourself, like one of my friends did one time, that's not lasagna. That's just hamburger meat with cheese. Okay? So, here's what I say to you. We'll call this Texas lasagna, and it's whatever you want it to be. So, laugh with me, don't get scared, it's okay. Spread her out. More cheese. My doctor told me I had great cholesterol, by the way. Just in case you were wondering, I eat butter, eggs, and cheese. I think that's part of the deal. People have stopped eating real food, and some of them are dropping like flies, but I didn't say that. Okay, that's 3 layers. Now, I always make 2 pans, and then I give one away. Or, like I said, you could freeze this. If you don't want to put any sauce down here and meat, feel like you're wasting it, then I guess you could spray it. But spray doesn't taste good, and sauce does. In honor of my mother-in-law, I usually give her one of these. Her and Big Daddy, if you know Big Daddy. Brown your hamburger meat early in the morning when it's cool. If you have enough time, cook your noodles, and then just put it together, toss it in the refrigerator. When you get home, you can cook it 350 or 375 for probably 30 minutes or so until it's bubbly and the cheese has melted. You'll learn how to stretch it and get it to go. See, the trick here is you want to get sauce over as much of the noodles as you can, because when they're in there baking, that will help them from drying out, especially if it's on the edge. Alright, luckily we had another bag of cheese in the deep freeze. That's what we call it. We don't just say it's in the freezer, we say it's in the deep freeze. That may be a southern thing. Anyway, your freezer is your friend. You can freeze your hamburger meat, you can freeze your cheese, you can freeze your milk. Oh no, my noodle's torn. Wang. That's one of those life happens kind of things. And look, here's part of the torn one. I'll just throw it right on top. I think that's the last layer, period, because just about out of sauce here. That's how you do it. Okay. I'll toss that in my bowl of water. So 3 layers is about what you can do. See, you put your cheese on, nobody knows. I can feel them. They're sitting there saying, he's putting all that cheese on there. I can't believe he's doing that. Ooh. When you're using frozen cheese, you should do it faster. Alright. Just kind of spread it around. Here's what you do. You get your press and seal. You get your foil. Let me tell you with this one. Put a couple of layers of your press and seal on top here, and then foil is your 3rd layer on top to help make sure that it's nice and closed. If you're an anal Annie, like some of the people in my family, you might even wrap it all the way completely around a few times, and even across, and then put your foil. And that's okay. And then you can put it in the freezer. Now, don't freeze glass. I learned at an early age, if you freeze glass, it's liable to shatter, and that's never really nice. Well, if you like this homemade lasagna recipe that doesn't have ricotta cheese in it, because most of our family doesn't like ricotta cheese, give it a thumbs up. If you realize that you can put ricotta cheese and anything else you want to in these layers, in the comments below put ricotta. See, I want you to interact. Subscribe to the channel, share with your friends that love to cook. Click the bell in the top right hand corner for updates. I'm Jim Hightower, and remember, everyone needs help, even me.